Arne Slot might actually be making Liverpool too perfect. And that might be the biggest problem this team has right now. Because the players who made this club unstoppable were never robots. They were chaos merchants. Under Jürgen Klopp, this team lived on instinct. The gegenpress wasn't just a tactic, it was an emotional reaction. You lose the ball, you hunt it back. You see a space, you attack it. You spot a weakness, you exploit it immediately. It was chaotic, but it was controlled chaos. Now, under Arne Slot, we're seeing something very different. Slot's system is built on structure. It's built on positioning, on discipline, and pattern build-up. And tactically, there's nothing wrong with that. But here's where the contradiction begins. The core of the squad, right? Players like Dominic Szoboszlai, like Curtis Jones, and even Mohamed Salah, they were developed in a system that rewarded instinct. They were taught to trust the moment. And what we're seeing now is something I called a decision gap. It's that split second where a player pauses. Do I follow the structure? Or do I trust what I'm seeing in front of me? Those type of things. That hesitation is deadly at the top level. Football is a game of moments. And if players are thinking instead of reacting, that moment is gone. You could see it in that match against Galatasaray. Liverpool had the ball in good areas, but the movement was cautious. Instead of instinctively attacking the space, players recycled the possession. And instead of pressing with that old ferocity, they rather held their positions. And slowly but surely, the game slipped away. There's also a psychological element here. And players who thrive on instinct, they start second guessing themselves. If you break the structure and lose the ball, are you letting the manager down? So instead of taking the risk, they play the safe pass. And suddenly, Liverpool aren't the hunters anymore. They're the ones waiting. The answer isn't abandoning structure completely. Slot's system has its clear strengths, but Liverpool's identity has never been about perfection. It's always been about controlled chaos. A system that gives players structure, but still allows them to trust their instincts in the final moments. So the real question is, can Slot evolve this system before Liverpool lose their instinct, and that instinct that made them one of the most dangerous teams in Europe? Or are we watching a team slowly forget the chaos that made them great? If you enjoyed this tactical breakdown, then subscribe to Red Tactics with Neil. Because here we don't just talk about the results, we analyze the why behind them.